Last question. You've been doing this for a long time,
Sure.
but you spend a lot of time touring, doing shows, and so forth. That has ground to a halt.
Yes.
Now, you are financially established.
Right.
You were not living paycheck to paycheck up
I'm
to
not.
the point of this. So you're okay. But as a whole, when you look at your community of comics and live entertainers, when there is no timeline for live shows anymore, and most comedians, they make 95% of their money that way. Is that a fair statement?
Sure.
You got the Kevin Harts who do movies and so forth, but that's a very small, tiny piece of people.
It's like
group
Kevin
of people.
Hart.
Yeah. It's like Kevin Hart and that's it.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Who else? He does every fucking movie.
He does every movie.
Yeah.
Jumanji.
Right.
Everything. What type of effect for your community of comics is this coronavirus having?
Well, when you ask me what type of effect is the coronavirus having in my community, I would ask you about yours too. I would ask you about news. I would ask you about...
News is okay.
I think that it has shown us that some aspects of the way we live are unnecessary. More people are going to be working from home.
Yeah.
More people are going to be reticent to go see live events. We can now have shows without a live audience, but you've already done that, so it's not, you know what I mean? So it's recalibrating the way people see things. But the one thing that's true, stand-up, the art, has survived 2 world wars, famine, floods, fires. I don't think that everybody is going to survive. Obviously, that would be a lot, but I think the art form will. How people digest it, that might be a different thing.
Because it's tough. All the comedians that I speak to, and I know a lot, they all need a live audience to do what they do.
Yeah.
To do an IG Live comedy special where you're just talking to a screen, most comedians can't even really turn up and really do what they do without having that feedback from a live audience. I got friends like Godfrey who do like 500 shows a year.
Right.
Like they're doing multiple shows every night, damn near the whole month. Do you think it's going to hurt a lot of comics?
I think it's for a while until people get sick. But everything, restaurants are going to be hurt. Airline industry is going to be, hotels are going to be hurt. Cruise ships are going to be hurt.
Yeah, I interviewed Russell Peters recently. He said that he's lost millions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you okay? He's like, yeah, but it's still the bleeding. Like, I'm still having to spend money and not have, I assume you lost a massive amount of money, all your bookings.
A very decent amount of money is not coming in.
Right. But you've been doing this for 30 years.
31 years.
Yeah. You have money that you put aside. You have assets.
You do and you don't.
No?
Like you do, but if it's bleeding.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a certain amount, but you also have a certain amount of blood in your body. Unless somebody's pumping blood in while you're bleeding, it doesn't matter. But if there's nothing coming in, it's all going out.
Right.
I mean,
if you're just bleeding with no pumping, then
yeah, it's bad. It's gonna get real bad. I'm gonna get a hurt real bad. There you go, motherfuckers. I said it.
70% of my income went away.
70%.
70%. 70% of my income went away. Like
just like that.
Tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah. All these shows.
Because my whole thing was, I don't make this, but I'm gonna live off this. Right? That's it. I don't want to be beholden to anybody.
Yeah.
So I would do that, but this is what I do. 70% of my income. And so even now, when you're talking about going back and you're restructuring deals, they're talking about 50% capacity or 25% capacity.
Yeah.
The deals aren't what they were.
Exactly.
And
it's not like you could, if you do 25% capacity, in order to break even on your previous estimate, you'd have to charge 4 times the ticket price.
Well, you can't. You have to do more shows.
Yeah.
You have to do more shows.
That's the way around it.
And the way around it also is this.
And plus, some people don't want to go to shows at all.
No.
But
there's a virtual platform that people are exploring people could buy a ticket for a particular performance, see that ticket, see that performance 8 times out at 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours, and you can't transfer it to anybody, and it's imprinted, so you can't you could just see it. But I just think that the people who are great at this are gonna do okay.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be people that want to. But it's a scary time. Like my wife is like, I'm booked on the 11th.
Yeah.
At a joint, and then I'm booked on the 18th. It's my when I tell you this, it's the first time ever in my career I haven't been touched a microphone in 3 months. Ever.